Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this very easy and very nice little amigurumi ball with stripes which change every row. Let's get started. For this project you'll need 2 colors of yarn, whichever you prefer, a crochet hook, scissors, and stuffing. Choose the color you want to begin with, and we're going to start with a magic circle. So take your yarn tail like this over your fingers, turn it once, and now turn it again to create a kind of X. Take your crochet hook, go under that first yarn, and pick up the second yarn and pull it through. Now take out your fingers, tighten up that loop a little bit, and make a chain 1. Pull that chain 1 tight, and like this we're anchored into our magic loop. Now we are going to make 8 single crochets into the loop. So go in, take the yarn, and then take the yarn through 2. That's 1 stitch. Now 2, 3, 8. Once you've done 8 stitches, we can close our magic loop by pulling on the tail. Pull it as tightly as you can to close it all the way. Now before we go on, we are going to take our second color and now we are going to take out that last step of the last stitch that we just made. Carefully pull it out so that we have 2 loops, which we're going to place right back onto the hook. And now we're going to pull through those 2 loops with the new color. Like that. This ensures a smoother color change for the next row. In the second row, we are going to be making 2 stitches into each of the 8 stitches that we made, ending up with 16 stitches altogether, and this all we're doing in the second color. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 15, and when we reach the last stitch we're going to go like this. Now I'm going to make the 16th stitch, so I pull through 2, and before I finish this single crochet I'm going to leave my second color and pick up the first color again and use that to finish this stitch. Now we have 16 stitches all together. In the next row we are going to make 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochets into the next one. 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochets into the next one, all around. So we're increasing every second stitch. So 1 and then an increase, 1 and 2. Then 1 and then an increase, 1 and 2, 1, 1 and 2. 1 and 1 and 2, and in this last one again I'm going to pull up the loop, change to the other color, and finish this stitch with the second color. Okay, next row we are going to do 2 stitches and then an increase. 2 stitches and then an increase, so increasing every third stitch. One, 2, and then an increase. 1 and 2. 1, 2, and then an increase. 1 and 2. And then 1 and 2, and before I finish the last one I'm going to change color again. Now we are going to do the last row of increases. So this time it's going to be 3 stitches and then an increase. 3 stitches and then an increase, which means an increase into every 4th stitch. 1, 2, 3, and now an increase. 1 and 2. Again, 1, 2, 3, and then an increase. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay. Now we have finished our increase rows, and we are going to now continue on doing 8 rows of just plain crocheting all around. No increases, but yes, changing colors on each row when we get to that last stitch. So I'll meet you back after I've done 8 rows, and then we start decreasing. After we've done 8 rows of single crochet, changing colors with each row, now we are going to begin to decrease. And we are going to decrease in a way that's going to be parallel to the increases that we made. In other words, our last increase row was 3 stitches and then an increase. So our first decrease row is going to be 3 stitches and then a decrease. 3 stitches and then a decrease. So let's begin. 1, 2, 3. And the way I like to make a decrease is like this. You take only the front loop of the next stitch and pull the yarn through. Then you take only the front loop of the next stitch and pull the yarn through. So you have 3. And now pull the yarn through all those 3 loops. Now we'll make again 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And another decrease now. So front loop, pull through. Another front loop, pull through. And then pull through all 3. Next, 1, 2, 3. front loop only, pull through, front loop only, pull through, and pull through all 3. When we reach the last 2 stitches that we need to decrease, we're going to do them like this. Again, pull the front loop, pull through, take the front loop, pull through, and now we're going to pick up the second color. And with this one, we're going to pull through all 3 loops. Okay. For the next decrease row, we're going to do 2 stitches and then a decrease. 2 stitches and then a decrease. One, 2, and a decrease. 1, 2, and a decrease. And here again, when we come to the last 2 stitches, we pick them up and then change the yarn and pull the other color through all 3 loops. Next decrease row is going to be 1 stitch and decrease, 1 stitch, decrease. One and decrease. And at this point, our hole is already getting very small, so we're going to stuff it now. Make sure that your loop is not going to disappear, so you can pull and make it big. Like this, it'll stay on. And the tails from the yarns from the beginning, I like to just stuff inside. Now take your stuffing and begin putting it in. Once it's nice and stuffed, we're going to make our final decrease row. At this point, just to make it easier, we can cut off our second color because we're not going to need it anymore. And stuff that tail in as well. And now we're going to do a row of only decreases. Once you finish that row, you can take a little tail and cut off. Pull the yarn through that loop to secure it. And now we are going to go into each stitch over here, picking up only the front loop and pulling the yarn through so that we could close up this little hole over here. Now we're going to pull that tight to close it. And now with the hook, I'm just going to go in and out a few times, pulling the tail so that it should be secure. You can do this part with a darning needle if you prefer, or if you don't have one at hand, you could do it with the hook. Once the tail is securely inside, you can cut it off. And there you go! Your little ball is all ready. Look how nice those stripes came out. And so cute, so easy to make, and just adorable. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial, and we'll see you next time. All the best!